Hello everybody, this is Carlos Marrero from the Tilt Pro team and the Creative Cultural Connections Association. We are here today in Turin, finally, for the dates of the event, and we are continuing with our series of online trainings in which we are talking with different professionals about their experiences concerning different topics and the work that they do with their organizations. And today, to talk about creating a circuit between live venues in Europe, we are here with Valentine Pradier from Babel Music XP. Valentine, merci beaucoup d'être ici avec nous. Thank you very much for being here with us. How are you?
I'm fine. Hi everybody, my name is Valentine Pradier. So I've been working with Babel Music XP for 4 years now. I'm only 28 years old, so I'm kind of a young professional in the field, but to talk about my studies and how I ended at Babel Music XP, I've been studying communications in France, and then did a degree on cultural projects and how to lead them in France, and also did part of my studies in Italy. So I'm really happy to be in Turin too. So now my job at Babel Music XP consists in a lot of different things, since I'm working in the cultural field of non-profit organization. So very often we are doing different jobs at the same time with only one person, but that's what I think is really interesting. So at Babel Music XP, I'm in charge of the development of the project with his director, Olivier. So we are trying to find new partners, interesting partners, who not only money partners but also content partners, if I can tell so, to build the event, to think it in a way that it would serve as many people in the music area as possible. So maybe I could do a little focus on the event for those who don't know it. It's an event which takes place in Marseille, in south of France, at the end of March, and it's made of 3 pillars. The first one is artistic selections, because every night there is more than 10 groups who perform in front of professionals from all over the world and the French public. So it's something really interesting for young artists to be able to meet an international market, to be able to, we want to shed light on them so they can get through the borders of their country. That's the idea, because most of the groups who are performing at Babel Music XP are already known in their country, already established as professionals in their country, but they have not been behind the borders, or beyond the borders, sorry. So that's the point of Babel Music XP. The approximately 30 groups which are producing themselves are selected by professionals from the music area. There are 12 artistic directors who are listening to all the candidatures we receive, and they are selecting all the groups who are performing at Babel. So that's the first pillar. The 2 other pillars are more like reserved to professionals, music professionals, including artists. So we have artists on our market, which is the second pillar, and our conferences, which is the third pillar. For the market, it's also lasts 3 days, and you can meet all the people from the music engineering, from musical projects, to discuss with them, to sell your project, to learn how to develop your project, to make new connection with people you wouldn't have met otherwise. And the conferences are around 40 conferences created by our director and our partners, in order to discuss of all the topic which are going through the professionals who are subject with how to say it, issues for the professionals in the music area around the world, talking about gender equality, talking about greening, talking about the circulations of artists around Europe, around the world, around the different countries, etc. How to build connection, how to be more efficient in the way we do our job. So that's why we tend to do at Babel. Something interesting is that we support young artists by proposing different rates on the accreditations and the stand in order to allow them to meet with all those professionals, and it's something which is really important to us since it's the next generation of the people who will be doing the music market in the world. So I guess that's pretty it.
We share a lot of like our visions in the fact that we too have a very clear understanding that precisely emerging artists and young artists are going to become the future of the music world, the music industry, and creating a space for them to showcase their talents and showcase their work, especially in front of international professionals, is key to assure a certain stability for the music scenes in France or in Europe in general. As you said, you have many nights of music showcases during Babel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you focus all of these shows in one venue? Do you have multiple venues around the city in which professionals are going to see the artists, or how does it exactly work?
So originally we have only one venue, which is an historical venue in Marseille, but it's a complicated topic since it's a political topic inside the city. So this venue should be disappearing. So we are working on the changements which are linked to that and how to keep the event going, keep it interesting for everybody, because since the point of the showcase is to allow all the artists to be seen by professionals and to give all the artists the same context of concerts. We don't want to make any difference. We want them to have the same chances for everyone of them. It's pretty hard to play in different places. Plus, we know the professionals, if they have to go from one place to the other, we will lose the half of them if they meet a bar or restaurant or somewhere to chat. So it's that's really complicated for us, and that's something we are currently working on, because plus in the city of Marseille there is very few concert venues, which is a really issue. There is a lot of very small concert venues, but since we are around 2,000 and 5,000 people per night in our showcases, we can't use those places. So it's really a big deal right now for us, and taking note of all those issues and stuff, we need to find the right place. But I guess this year it will still be in only one place and location, whereas there are 3 stages actually.
Oh, 3 stages
Yes.
in the same venue.
Exactly.
Okay. And as you said before, artists having this idea of like equal chances for all the artists to present their projects. When it comes to professionals invited, I'm guessing that we are talking about different types of professionals. We're talking about bookers, agents, festival programmers. What place do venue programmers hold in Babel from all of Europe, more or less?
It's a really important topic to us, because we want to have kind of the same amount of buyers and of sellers on the trade fair. So our economic system, the Babel economic system, tends to invite as not very much professional. The professional buy their accreditation to come at Babel, they buy their stands to come at Babel, and we invite mainly the delegates who are taking part in conferences or stuff like that. But it's our economic system. We need people to buy their tickets for Babel Music Expo. But we are very careful, and we are paying a lot of attention to have the same amount of buyers and of sellers. So we are working with a lot of networks. For example, we are part of the FWMF Forum of World Music Festivals, and they are doing their yearly reunion at Babel Music Expo. So we are it allows us to have them for 3 days. Most of the artistic directors are coming at Babel thanks to that. We are also part of a lot of different networks across Europe, but also across France, because it's a more easy network to have, if you can say so. And we are, by doing the trips, the professional trips we are doing by coming in Turin, by going in Napoli at the end of the week at Napoli World, by doing the Visa for Music in Morocco, in Jordania 3 weeks ago, I guess, and other countries like that. We are building strong relationships and links with a lot of artistic directors, and we are paying attention that they come at Babel. If they don't plan to come, we try to convince them to come. There is a lot of part of commercialization actually in our work too. It's not me who is doing it, but it's a colleague of mine. And yes, we are paying a lot of attention so that the artists, when they are playing, they are actually buyers in front of them and people who are really interesting, not just bookers or theaters, because they already know them, I guess.
And how, because I'm guessing it's when you have an event this big, because you have lots of people who are coming, buying their tickets and showcasing, and at the same time trying to scope some talent. How do you follow up on the results of those encounters? Do you have like a certain way of knowing how many of those artists that you have chosen to showcase have gone on tours actually through Europe with some of the buyers that have come to the event? Because I'm guessing that since you make an artistic selection, it's kind of a bet on the part of Babel Music to choose certain artists that you know can work around Europe, can work as projects that are touring the whole continent or at least a certain part of the continent. So how do you follow up on the results of those encounters?
It's really hard. Honestly, it's really hard because we can create as many tools as we want. We need people to fulfill them. We need to be able to keep us in touch. And as I said earlier, we are a non-profit organization where one people does several jobs. So it's really hard for us to keep on that. I guess one person should be the one doing only that, keeping on focusing and looking for the groups we programmed at Babel Music Experience if they have been playing in some other places. Our communication team is kind of aware of that because since it's taking care of the groups on the communication where they follow them on social network and then be aware of what dates they are achieving, but it's hard to really know. We are asking the groups, we are asking the management, we are asking our colleagues around the world, but I guess we are able to know part of it and never the whole thing. Plus, there are a lot of connections are done at Babel, but they are signed a few months later. If nothing is signed, is put on paper in 3 days. It's like an artistic director is listening to a group, paying attention to it, talking with management, with the booking, maybe waiting to see it again in another place, and then sometimes it's taking a few years. As I said earlier, yesterday, a great example is Follow Music Band, who is a band coming from Africa. There are 6 or 7 in the band artists, and they are now living in Marseille since they were the artistic director of a booking agency saw them at Babel Music Experience and was really interesting into them. And the year after Babel, nothing really big happened for them, but like 2 years after, they made a tour all around Europe, plus other countries. They made other showcases like for young artists, emerging artists, and right now they are on a yearly residency in a concert venue in Marseille. So it's really, they became the associated artists with the venue. So it's really coming something really, but it takes time. It takes time, honestly.
It's always difficult to track because there's such a high volume of shows that are being booked, and you never really know how much of it was planned beforehand, how much of it happened after. But at the end of the day, it's great that we have a space like Babel Music for artists to showcase And maybe as a finishing question, I would like to ask you, concerning directly the artists who would be willing to showcase at Babel, and or in general artists who are willing to showcase their music at different types of events that are similar to Babel music. What do you think should be the approach that they have to take to kind of convince people to buy them?
Oh my god. So I'm not an artistic director, but we are talking a lot of that with our artistic director. Plus, actually, our organization, just to make a note on it, is also organizing a festival which is taking place in October. So we are making links between those two festivals, and artists of Babel Music have been producing in our other festival, because we have to be the first one to make bridge in between events. But for the artists, actually we have developed a platform in order to help artists applying Babel Music XP, since it allows us to ask very specific questions. We have to reach out to 1 minute. So I guess one of the most important things is to have actual continuous, actual video, very recent video of you performing on stage, because we are really focusing on live music, since today there is a lot of non-live music, I will not say, but that's the point of Babel. We want bands on stage, we want bands or artists who are able to play live. So I know that it's not always easy for people to be able to shoot video, but not just a professional video. We don't need like a clip or something really produced, but a video of you on stage, even done with the phone or with something, not with pixel. We don't care, but we want to see how you are on stage, how you produce yourself, how you stand, just like that. I guess it's kind of the most important thing, because in a lot of group applying, we have like videos who have been filmed like 10 years ago, and how to know what they are today. So I guess it's the most important thing for us.
Actually presenting yourself in the current moment as you are on stage, because at the end of the day, what you are presenting at Babel Music is live music.
Exactly.
And you are offering opportunities in live music. You're not showcasing to necessarily record labels or studios. So I think that is a very good advice for artists to apply, because it is true that live performance nowadays is key to having a continuity in your career as an artist. So with this, I think we are done. So thank you very much, Valentine, for sharing your experience and your knowledge with us. And we are very happy to have you here with us in Turin.
Thank you.